Do you play tennis? That was a question put forward by David Wilson at last weekend's PTR UK Coaches Conference. And it really got me thinking about speaking to my players and speaking to some players that I work with on a day-to-day basis. So I posed a question this evening to a group of orange and green players. How often do you play tennis? And everyone's hand went up and play 2, 3, 4 times a week. Okay, what's that look like? Oh, we have a lesson here, private lesson, group lesson. That's not playing tennis. That's having tennis lessons. The question is, how often do you play tennis without a coach? And most hands went down. A few hands still stayed up. And when I sort of inquired a little bit closer, it was okay, I play with such and such before lessons, or we arrange to play together at the weekends with friends. Okay, that's good. Okay, so that's, again, but looking at maybe 25% of the group, and this is a group of about 25 players, so about 25% play tennis without a coach each week, which, okay, was okay. And then I said, okay, well, how many sets do you play? What do you mean? Well, when you play with your friends, how many sets do you play? Oh, we don't play sets, we have a hit. That's not playing tennis then, is it? That's playing at tennis. And that, I think, really highlights, and this is a group of, let's say, competitive players who are looking to compete, looking to play more competitive tennis. They obviously train or have tennis lessons 3 or 4 times a week, but they're not playing an awful lot of tennis. And it keeps going back to that hypothesis that I have that, okay, we're just having too much coaching. There's too much focus on coaching. And that might be coach-led, it might be parent-led. I can't see it being player-led, but I may be wrong. And what David said the weekend, again, was really interesting, quite true in my eyes as well, that you get knowledge in lessons, but you don't learn. You get given some knowledge, you get given some information from the coach. But unless you actually go out and practice it and apply it in context, and again, that's a huge thing about this channel, is everything we do has to be in context. You don't actually truly learn it. And it got me thinking back to even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was a club coach. Like, a couple of the boys at my tennis club used to be every single day. They didn't really come to tennis coaching. They might come to club night on a Wednesday night. They might come to the Saturday teenage group. But every single evening they were up there playing. Every single weekend they were there playing. And that's what tennis clubs are all about. That doesn't happen no more. Especially now with places like commercial centres or leisure centres or tennis centres. But even at your local tennis club, like, kids aren't spending the day at the club. Everything's very structured, everything's very organised. And we're seeing the knock-on effect now when competition numbers are so low, especially in the UK, like, kids just aren't competing. And when they do compete, the standard of tennis is pretty poor. It's not competitive. It's more a case of fear of losing. We don't want to lose, so we play quite timid and quite safe tennis. And it's worrying. So it's a question that I want you to maybe ask your players over the next couple of days, and maybe leave a comment down below. Like, how much do your players play tennis? Playing tennis is not having tennis lessons. That's learning tennis. And if they are playing unstructured tennis, how many sets are they playing? I guarantee if you look at a lot of the top players in any age group or in the world, they're playing lots of sets. They're playing lots of competitive sets. And for me, that's no big secret. You get better at playing tennis by playing tennis, but playing matches, playing sets. And again, it's something that I might touch upon again later on in the week, of why players aren't playing sets. So even though 25% are playing with friends, why aren't they playing sets? That's a question I maybe put to them later on in the week when I see them again. But yeah, really interesting. So this is day 2 of Confessions of a Tennis Coach series. I'm going to try and check in each day with a little tiny video blog on sort of things that I'm thinking about, things that I'm exploring. If you do enjoy these little videos, do me a favour, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And yeah, do players play enough tennis? Until tomorrow, take it easy.